It's going to take guts to make the 200-mile trip from Liberty to Austin. Along the way are 5 rounds of grueling playoff softball. Lose, and you go home. Once you get there, another 2 until you're the last one standing. Will it be the Lady Panthers? Time to find out. Welcome to this Liberty Panther Sports Network live stream event. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play, producer Richard Ewing. It's game day with Liberty Panther softball. Let's get it.
Good afternoon, Panther Nation. Liberty Panther Sports Network, Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play, producer Richard Ewing, coming back to Navasota, Texas to continue Game 2 of the Regional Championship Series between the Lake Belton Lady Broncos and your Liberty Lady Panthers. Yesterday, top of the 4th inning, the game was in an extended lightning delay, ultimately being called at about 9:30 last night, deciding to come back here to finish Game 2 at 2 o'clock. We're getting really close, about 15 minutes or so until game time. They may end up starting early, as they have started a little early on every one of the games so far. Lady Panthers leading 6-2 in the top of the 4th. There were 2 outs. Michaela Berkland drove in a couple of runs. She's now standing on third base. Holly Thomas, the catcher, going to be up to bat with 2 outs. And the momentum had firmly switched gears and shifted into Liberty Lady Panther territory. Ross, let's get a real quick recap of the first 3.5 innings so far.
Liberty got on the board first with 3 runs in the first inning. Lake Belton picked up a run in the first and second inning, as did Liberty picking up a run in the second inning, and Liberty has put up 2 runs in the 4th inning.
All right, that's where we stand, Panther fans. Coach Slack going out there to talk to the plate umpire. Both teams are ready to go. Both teams feel like they're loose and relaxed. It's a nice sunny day so far. A few clouds in the sky. There is a chance for some continued rain showers later on this afternoon that could impact this if the Lady Panthers are able to go ahead and get this victory and push the Game 3, which again will start about 30 or 45 minutes after the conclusion of this game. Lady Panthers were in the driver's seat, really struggled with the left-handed Schultz on Thursday, came back, and the Lady Broncos started their second baseman, Frederick, and the Lady Panthers all over her early in the first 2 innings. She was replaced in the 3rd inning, actually the end of the 2nd inning, or was it the 3rd inning?
It was in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, into the 2nd inning. And then when Schultz came back in, the game slowed down a little bit more, and then at the top of the 4th, the Lady Panthers just really starting to rock her, and some of the middle and bottom of the lineup that had been a little silent so far in the series, bats starting to wake up. The question is, can the bats continue to be awake to force Game 3, Ross?
They're gonna have to keep it up. Lake Belton can score. Now so far in this game, they've put up 2 runs, but you know, they're seeing Casey now a second time. This will be for them. Second time through the order for them in today's game. And so Casey will have to go in quite a bit warmer. And with the sun drenched everywhere, there's not much shade on the playing field. The synthetic turf, as the afternoon goes on, will just continue to heat up. And a lot of times the temperature can be 10 to 20 degrees warmer on the synthetic turf, so hydration is going to be a big key for both teams as this Game 2 proceeds. If Liberty does win this game, then Game 3 would be about 45 minutes after Game 2. But they've got to win Game 2, and this one's not over, only in the top of the 4th inning.
Speaking of hydration, Ross, the Lady Panthers have one of the best with them. Michael Pope, the athletic trainer out of Methodist Group, stepping up here, done a great job with the Panther teams all year and last year as well. And he's again here today to help out the Lady Panthers with all of their medical and other sorts of needs as the game progresses. And you are right, it is a good bit warmer. The sun is high in the sky, and the Lady Panthers getting ready to do this thing. The Lady Broncos taking the field defensively.
Michaela Birkeland will make her way to third base. She and Coach Karen Slack standing up against the short brick wall that goes around the plate as Lake Belton gets their warm-up tosses in. Schultz has given up 2 runs in this inning. An RBI. Well, excuse me. You had Macy Beam with a single, Michaela Birkeland with the single. She stands at third. And 2 RBIs. And those are big. That scoring 2 runs in an inning, hanging a crooked number against a pitcher like Schultz is important. It's good to see that their catcher, after that collision that happened immediately before the delay, and she and Macy Beam collided as the throw came from the right fielder up the third baseline and drew Macy Beam, who had already left her feet for the slide, right in to a shimmer.
Well, Ross, it looks like we're going to go ahead and get going about 15 minutes early. And again, this is a lot to do with the potential for some showers later on. Do not want to be experiencing any more delays. The wind is coming back in again from right to left. Liberty Lady Panthers leading 6-2, top of the 4th, 2 outs. Michaela Birkeland on third base. Holly Thomas, the catcher, in the batter's box. Schultz, the left-hander for Lake Belton, in the circle. Ross?
Schultz looks at her wristband, drops the rosin bag, steps on the rubber, and delivers the first pitch to Holly Thomas, a strike. Defensively, Jensen is in left field, Holman is center field, Lux right field. I'll have the infield here. The 0-1 pitch Holly Thomas is waiting for, and it is away and low. Thomas has bounced out to the second baseman in both of her at-bats in this game, too.
DeLeon and Schultz on the left side, third base shortstop. Frederick at second base. The first baseman for the Lady Broncos is a Schultz. Is that right?
Yes, the 2-1 pitch misses. Actually, the 1-1 pitch misses.
Oh, that's right. Schultz is at first, and Jensen is in left field. That's what threw us off there.
The 2-1 pitch from Schultz to Holly Thomas, and Thomas sends this ball fair down the right field line. The right fielder moving over towards the line to pick it up. Michaela Birkeland comes in to score the 3rd run of the inning, and Liberty leads 7-2. An RBI single for Holly Thomas, her first hit.
In what seems like a good long while, Holly Thomas needed that one. She laced that down the right field line. That was pretty. Driving in Birkeland to extend the lead by 5 runs.
Camden Chandler has doubled, picked up an RBI, and singled in her 2 previous at-bats. She comes in, left-handed batter, wears a batting glove on her right hand. As she looks at the first pitch, it's rolled in by Schultz. A good stop by the catcher, Shim.
Yeah, Shima Bakura really active back there. She popped up. She was not going to let Thomas run free down to second and held her on first.
The 1-0 pitch to Bailey Chandler is high. 2 balls and no strikes to Camden Chandler.
Camden Chandler has really roared to life in the last couple of innings that she's had to get some at-bats.
The 2-0 pitch is laced into left field. A single and the third hit for Camden Chandler in today's ball game. And Liberty with 2 outs has runners at first and second.
Now this is going to be some real trouble for Schultz. She was really able to dazzle them with her left-handed, a little unusual pitching style, but she doesn't throw really hard. And now it seems as though the Lady Panthers, picking up where they left off yesterday, may have a beat on her now.
Kylie Bishop is grounded back to Schultz, the pitcher, and she sends the first pitch foul over the Lady Panther dugout on the first base side. Actually, she bounced out to Frederick, who started the game for Lake Belton, and she struck out against Schultz.
Yeah, Bishop is one of those Lady Panthers. She wants to get invited to the party at the plate, and the junior has the ability to do something special.
Runners at first and second. Bishop sends a ground ball past the shortstop and into left field, and the bases are loaded.
And Bishop needed that. She really needed that. That was a great quality at bat. Got that right into the gap between the third and the short, and that was really nice for that young lady.
So with 2 outs, Reese Evans is due, and we will have a pinch hitter, and that will be Reagan Williamson. Reagan playing first base today, the flex player.
Yeah, another great defensive player for the Lady Panthers. The junior Williamson coming up there. Doesn't get a lot of at-bats, but she has had some success when she does get the at-bats. More known for her glove than her bat, but it seems as though a Panther party has started. Not a two-out rally, but a two-out hitting fest right now.
With the bases loaded and 2 away, a situation for Schultz that could get out of hand because the runners will be moving on contact.
Yeah, with bases loaded and 2 outs, have to move on contact no matter what. No open bases.
Williamson stands in the front of the batter's box with no batting gloves, swings and misses at a pitch.
You know what I really like about Reagan is she's got a really nice, short, compact swing.
Williamson resting the bat on her shoulder as she gets ready for the Schultz delivery, picks up the bat, and the 0-1 pitch is swung on miss. And Schultz has gotten ahead of Williamson.
Yep, just a little bit behind, and that's more a product of not getting as many at-bats.
Holly Thomas singled, picked up an RBI. Camden Chandler singled, she's at second. And Kylie Bishop with a single is at first, and the 0-2 pitch is high, gets away from Shura Makura, and she is safe as she slides in head first. That ball bouncing almost directly back to Shura Makura, making a great play to get it back to Schultz, who was covering home.
Yeah, that was close. Fortunately, had the speed to get there. Shima Bakura, she's a really good backstop there. Almost got back and got the tag on.
1-2 count. That's the 4th run of the inning. Liberty leads in the top of the 4th inning, 8-2 with 2 outs. And the 1-2 pitch to Williamson is swung on and missed. And that will do it for the Lady Panthers. But they put 4 on the board and lead this one 8-2 in the middle of the 4th inning. You're listening to Liberty Panthers Sports Network. We'll be back after this.
It's going to take guts to make the 200-mile trip from Liberty to Austin. Along the way are 5 rounds of grueling playoff softball. Lose, and you go home. Once you get there, another 2 until you're the last one standing. Will it be the Lady Panthers? Time to find out.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood, producer Richard Ewing, Navasota, Texas, Lady Rattler Field. Game 2 of the best of 3 in the regional championship series. The Elite 8, only 8 teams left standing after 4.5 rounds of softball. And the winner of this punching their ticket to the state tournament. Both teams wanting to be the one that represents Region 3. And on Thursday, the Lady Broncos pulled one 3-2 in extra innings against the Lady Panthers. Yesterday, the Lady Panthers really getting going offensively, leading 6-2, rain delay, and then ultimately causing the game to be suspended until today. And now we've resumed, and now we've finished the top of the fourth. And after 3.5 innings, your Lady Panthers 8, Lake Belton 2. Ross?
It was good to see Liberty be able to pick up where they left off last night. And now Casey West gets her shot to restart this game, and she will face 4, 5, and 6 due up. That's Lux, Herrera, and De Leon.
Well, the heart of the order will be nice to get through this. Casey West really strong. She's been one of the best in the region for the last couple of years. One of the ringleaders of that state championship almost 4 years ago. And back for her senior season, over 900 strikeouts now for her career, and looking to continue some gems.
West 7 strikeouts in this contest through 3 innings as the first pitch to Madison Lux misses outside for a ball. Lux wears an elbow guard on her right arm, the left-handed batter. Looks at ball 2 away.
Remember from yesterday, this umpire liked that high strike. So far, Casey has been trying to go low and away.
Beam, Birkeland, Slack in the outfield as the 2-0 pitch misses outside for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes to Madison Lux. She struck out in her first at bat. Open batting stance, has her back foot on the inside of the batter's box, and looks at a strike from Casey West. 3 balls and a strike. On the infield, it's Pritchard, Evans at short, Bishop at second, Williamson at first base, Thomas behind the plate, and of course Casey West, who delivers the 3-1 pitch for a strike.
Well, it looks like the Lady Broncos are taking the wait-and-see approach. On Thursday, they didn't really pull the bat off their shoulder too much, and then yesterday, in that portion of the game, they were swinging freely. Now maybe back to that other wait-and-approach see.
The 3-2 pitch is bounced softly to Pritchard at third, who throws on to first, and the first base umpire says safe, that the throw did not beat Lux to first, and that was a close play, Joe.
I would have loved to see Pritchard come up and barehand that with the speed of the batter coming out of the box and being on the left-hand side. Probably going to have to do that. Putting that ball in the glove slow you down just a little bit.
Elena Herrera struck out looking at her first at bat. The right-handed batter looks at strike 1. And if you followed us in the first game and through her first at bat in this game, she is very animated and does not like to look at strikes. As a matter of fact, thinks the strike, which is called, is actually a ball. As she is down 0-2 after the 0-1 pitch.
Yeah, that's probably the furthest outside he's given Casey.
Right-handed batter puts the elbow in the air, waves the bat around, swings and fouls this one right into the dirt around home plate.
Although, to be fair, I will say that we are almost at a 90-degree angle from the batter's box, and so what looks like it's inside could be outside and vice versa.
Herrera standing in the front of the box with 2 strikes. Lux on first. Herrera bounces the ball sharply to Evans, who goes down, gets it with her glove, on to first. They get the out at second. Lux is erased. The throw from Bishop is high to Williamson, but Herrera will reach on the fielder's choice, 1 away.
Yeah, that was a really heads-up play to get the lead runner, to keep the runner out of scoring position. Although with that throw, they almost ran the risk of throwing into the dugout and then giving her the automatic extra base.
There is a netting in front of the dugout on the first and third base side, and that prevented the ball from going into the dugout and out of play. Casey West delivers a strike to Angie De Leon. De Leon looks at a pitch for a strike, a delayed strike call, and a snap throw by Holly Thomas down to Williamson to check on Herrera, and Herrera gets back in safely after diving back in head first. ball to DeLeon, the third baseman. Ball and 2-strike count. One away in the bottom of the fourth inning. Liberty leads 8-2. And a swing and a miss by DeLeon, and that is a strikeout, the 8th for Casey Evans in this game.
Casey West. If you were betting and you picked the 10-minute square, go ahead and give us a call here, and we'll get your prize to you.
Superintendent Cody Apster walking in front of our booth, our table actually, as the first pitch to Frederick misses. Liberty with an 8-2 lead in the bottom of the fourth inning.
A little conference between the umpires here.
We have got a timeout called as the umpire walks behind home plate. And he is talking to a couple of fans that are sitting on the front row.
Oh, they may have, they got reflective surfaces. That's what he's cautioning them on. They got some symbols over there, and with the way the sun's placed, it'd be right in the pitcher's eye. Savvy. That was a good catch by the
So the gentleman has put
umpire
down the symbols and is now standing up waving a neon yellow bag. And a strike is delivered to Frederick, the first Frederick. He's wearing a cowboy hat. Looks like he's trying to wrangle down a helicopter. He's sitting again. And Frederick looks at a strike.
Yeah, Casey really seems to be pulling back and firing in there.
A ball and 2
really
strikes.
well.
Count, 2 outs in the fourth. Frederick looks at a pitch outside. The home plate umpire sticking his hand out saying that one was outside. Frederick has a multicolored bat, does not wear batting gloves, started this game for Lake Belton. And Frederick swings and misses. Holly Thomas holds on to it, and that'll do it. A single, a fielder's choice, 1 left, and 2 strikeouts. We go to the 5th inning. Liberty leads 8-2.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. Liberty Panthers Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play. Producer Richard Ewing. Moving into the top of the 5th inning, Lady Panthers leading the Lake Belton Lady Broncos 8-2. Casey Evans with a couple of strikeouts in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Is that right, Ross? Did I say a couple?
Casey West.
Did I say Casey Evans too?
You did say
you,
Casey
see,
Evans.
you jinxed me.
After
you jinxed me. See, that's what I get for listening to you. Go West, young man. Casey West, the senior phenom. Well, Casey Evans, I saw her walk by a while ago, and I coach with her for cross country, and she'll be happy that I mentioned her name a couple times. You know, she loves all that publicity. That's not true at all, by the way. All right, Kylie, I know I'm going to stop talking. I keep on saying the wrong thing. Bailey Slack up to bat now, and we should be 9-1-2 for this top of the 5th inning, Ross.
Slack is walked and grounded to second. As the first pitch from Frederick to Slack sails over.
Yeah, one of the things we failed to mention, Frederick coming back in. Pitching change. Now, one almost wonders if they are somewhat surrendering the game to keep Schultz fresh for a game 3, if that's a possibility.
With Frederick coming in from second base, Herrera moves back to second, and that is how this game started, with Herrera at second, Frederick at first. Schultz has come out of the game entirely, as Jensen is still at first base. A 2-0 count to Bailey Slack, and the pitch misses high. 3 balls and no strikes to the freshman Lady Panther. She walked and scored, picked up a stolen base in the 4th inning. The 3-0 pitch from Frederick is in for a strike. Catching the good part of the plate, Bailey Slack taking that pitch on 3-0. Top of the 5th inning, 8-2 Liberty lead. Game 2 of the best of 3 series. Slack bounces this one to the third baseman, DeLeon, and it's in and out of her glove and will reach safely as that ball took a bounce, a hop, right up to the glove of.
Yeah, DeLeon just took her eye off the ball a little too quickly. She was anticipating that, getting right in the deep part of her glove pocket. It just didn't happen that way. Slack, speedy, able to get down there before she was able to recover at third.
Frederick looking at her wristband. Jalen has singled, doubled, has an RBI and a strikeout, and she swings at the first pitch, sending a bouncer. DeLeon at third, jumps up in the air, comes down with it, throws on to first for the out. Moving to second base is Bailey Slack.
Yeah, that's the first true slap that I've actually seen Jalen hit in a good long while. She drove that ball into the turf, hoping to catch the bounce. DeLeon wasn't up quite as far as she needed to be for that to work, though. Move the runner.
Macy Bean, the left-handed batter, has her back foot angled in the batter's box, touching both the back line and the sideline. And she bunts at the first pitch. The pitcher throws on to third, going to get Macy Beam. Going into third is Bailey Slack with 2 outs now.
Pitcher, number 7.
So Pritchard and Beam both moving Slack over a base each. 2 outs now here in the top of the 5th. Liberty Panthers Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play. Producer Richard Ewing.
That is the 3rd sacrifice bunt by Macy Beam in this series. Casey West grabs the ball down the line, but it's going to go foul as it goes down that left field line. I guess I should right field line. There we go. I knew it was going to happen.
Left, right,
middle.
different names, parents playing. We don't know. We're here. It's all fun at this time. We're just having fun. It was nice to see Casey West put some power on that. Again, on Thursday, she took a little stinger on her non-throwing hand. Concerned that she was going to have some problems batting, but really got it wrapped up, and she's good to go.
No balls and a strike. So West, she has an RBI single and scored a run. She was intentionally walked in a second line back out to Schultz, who was the pitcher at the time. And her last at bat looks at a ball high from Frederick. Frederick started the game, went an inning and a third. Was relieved by Shelby Schultz and has come back in for this 5th inning. Casey West in the middle of the right-handed batter's box. This pitch in the dirt, a good stop by the catcher.
Yeah, Shimabukura is very aware that she can't mishandle something. The speedy Slack on third, she will score if there's a pass ball situation.
DeLeon, the third baseman, is just in front of the third base bag and off the line a few feet. And a strike, a good pitch by Frederick, catches that outside corner at the knees.
That's a good location. The umpire giving both the pitchers that location. That's what we talked about from Thursday, the consistency behind the plate. So far, this gentleman has had some very good consistency.
Kayla Berkland would hit next. 2-2 pitch. Misses a little outside, and a full count to Casey West. Bailey Slack is at third. She reached on an error to lead off this 5th inning. Made it all the way to 3rd after a sacrifice and a ground out. Casey West ready for the 3-2 pitch, and she sends this one high, foul, and out of play. And landing on natural grass just beyond the bullpen down the right field line.
Yeah, West is a dangerous hitter, and the Lady Broncos know that. She's been intentionally walked a couple of times in this series. Part of that because there was an open base, but part of that because she's in the 3-hole and she's got long ball power.
Panther fans banging on the aluminum seating, and that's the noise you're hearing right now behind us as Frederick delivers the 2-2 pitch, the 3-2 pitch, and West sends it high into right field. The right fielder positions perfectly, puts up her glove, and catches that one. One left for the Lady Panthers, no hits, an error. Middle of the 5th inning, 8-2 Liberty.
Established in 2007, the Liberty ISD Education Foundation is an independent, nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to enhance the educational experiences of Liberty Public Schools by fostering community support above and beyond what is provided by the district's normal operating budget. The board of directors consists of residents, retired educators, and business people whose commitment to public education in Liberty is strong and in the best interest of every child in the school system. The mission of the Liberty ISD Education Foundation is to help Liberty ISD enrich, maintain, and expand programs needed to ensure that each student reaches his or her full potential. The Liberty ISD Education Foundation believes that investing in our students today will return excellent leadership tomorrow.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play. Producer Richard Ewing. Moving into the bottom of the 5th inning here in Game 2 with the best of 3. Lady Broncos winning Game 1. Lady Panthers leading in Game 2, 8-2. Again, moving into the bottom of the 5th inning. And if the Lady Panthers can go ahead and win this, they will force a Game 3, a deciding Game 3. The Lady Broncos in a 3-game series against Hargrave last week in the regional semis. The difference is they had a day, and a day. They didn't have to play a doubleheader on the same day. And if this turns into a doubleheader, going to be interested to see if youth and inexperience overcomes junior-senior leadership from the Lady Panthers. But let's get this win first before we even talk about that.
We've still got a lot of work to do against a very dangerous Lake Belton team, and leading off is Hannah Jensen. She looks at a strike. Jensen started as the catcher and then moved to first when Schultz was brought in the 2nd inning to pitch. She has a sacrifice bunt as she looks at a strike, and it's no balls and 2 strikes from Casey West.
Want to remind our viewers, if this does go to a Game 3, there will be a different link to watch Game 3. Be a different link, not the same one.
The 0-2 pitch is strike 3, high pitch in the zone, and that is looking the 10th strikeout for Casey West.
And one more time, there will be a different game link for Game 3 if this does get pushed to a Game 3. So be on the lookout for that on the Liberty Athletic Booster Club Facebook page. That's where you will find the Game 3 link if this goes to Game 3. Ross?
Haley Hoffman, right-handed batter, started the game as designated player. She has a strikeout, a swinging strikeout, and looks at ball 1 low from Casey West just above the dirt. Lake Belton wearing their white uniforms with silver lettering. This pitch misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Silver lettering on their uniforms, front and back. Broncos on the front with red outline. White pants with a red stripe down the side. As that pitch misses. A little high, and it's 3 balls and no strikes to Hoffman. She is the 9th place hitter. And there's a strike from Casey West at the knees.
It's possible that these Lake Belton Lady Broncos are going to try and make Casey throw as many pitches as possible in this Game 2.
There is a strike right down Broadway. And, Joe, that goes to what you're saying, is Liberty has an 8-2 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's a swing. It's hit off the handle. Casey West comes out of the circle, fields it, and throws on to Williamson at first for the out.
That seems to be the strategy. They pulled their starting pitcher after it was apparent that she wasn't getting her stuff going, and I'm assuming that they're going to have her in preparation for a potential Game 3, and now these Lady Broncos are coming up to bat, and they're not really being aggressive the way they were in the beginning of this game, really watching a lot of pitches go by.
Back to the top of the order, Adam Holman looks at a ball low and away. Holman a single, a stolen base, and a strikeout. The left-handed batter stands in. She angles her back foot between the front line of the batter's box and the back line and looks at ball 2 away.
What's wrong with that one, Blue?
Jalen Pritchard at third is pinched in front of the bag. Reagan Williamson playing even with the bag at first. Both middle infielders are just in on the infield grass. And there is a strike. Holman, the center fielder for Lake Belton. 2 outs. 8-2 Liberty lead, bottom of the 5th inning. A strikeout and a bounce out. And a ball outside.
Yeah, Holman is a slap hitter. She's in the back of the left-handed batter's box, but she's really only taking a cursory look at the pitch. And I really think they're trying to make Casey throw as many pitches as possible.
And a strike right down the middle. No swing on 3-1. Count goes full. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th inning, 8-2 Liberty lead. Game 2 of the best of 3 series. I'll say it right one time. And the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed as Holman stands to end the 5th inning. After 5 in Navasota, it is Liberty 8, Lake Belton 2, Liberty Panthers Sports Network.
We are excited to honor the class of 2021. There are no restrictions on the number of guests that can attend, but please be mindful and practice social distancing. If you cannot attend, please join us on the LHS-AV live stream link found on the Liberty High School website. Let's celebrate these graduates and go Panthers!
Welcome back, Panther Nation. Liberty Panthers Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood. Producer Richard Ewing moving into the top of the 6th inning. Your Liberty Lady Panthers leading 8-2. Frederick, the second baseman, moving back into the center circle for the beginning of the 5th, so back out for the 6th. And again, Schultz back inside, presumably resting for a potential Game 3. And again, this is conjecture on our part. I don't know if that's exactly what their coach is trying to do. But he has employed several strategies that we haven't seen so far this season, Ross, that have worked to varying degrees. Of course, someone of his caliber, over 300 wins, you would expect. You would expect some strategeration.
You would, and he's also, he kind of expects to get his way on everything. And in this game, through 5 innings, Liberty is leading 8-2. As Liberty scores 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the fourth. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Michaela Berkland leads it off. She had an RBI single in the 4th, picking up 2 RBIs. And she swings and sinks the first pitch into shallow right field. The right fielder charges and puts her glove up for the catch.
Lux, the right fielder for the Lady Broncos, hadn't really had any work before the last couple of at-bats. 2 fairly shallow fly balls going right to her. Easy catches for her.
Holly Thomas got her first hit of the series, a big one, picking up an RBI. She came around to score in that 4-run 4th inning. Frederick delivers the first pitch to Thomas. She bounces it foul.
Yeah, Thomas just a little bit behind that one. It's another interesting strategy going back and forth between left-handed and right-handed hitters. Each one with their own peculiarities. Lady Panthers have done a good job adapting so far.
The freshman sends the 0-1 pitch onto the edge of the screen, just shy of the Lady Panther dugout on the first base side.
Getting a really good crowd on hand today, expecting a Lady Panther Game 2 victory, anticipating a Game 3. Again, I don't want to be a jinx or anything like that, but
yeah, still a long way to go.
Still a long way to go. Trending in the right direction, though, Ross.
The 0-2 pitch.
Ooh, I knew there was a net there, and I still flinched.
Unlike this morning, I did flinch a little bit.
You know, Ross, I wasn't good at the punch buggy game either. I almost blacked out when we drove by a Volkswagen dealership once in my youth.
0-2 pitch. Misses outside Holly Thomas. A ball and 2-strike count. One away in the top of the 6th inning. Camden Chandler on deck for Liberty. The 1-2 pitch, Holly Thomas, it's high. She swings at it, sends it high in the air. Herrera, the second baseman, going back, throwing her sunshades down and catching that one.
That was actually a little bit harder than it looked. That sun high enough right now that the second baseman could have lost that in her vision. It's pretty bright out today. Very overcast and gray yesterday. Very windy right now. The wind's not doing too much. Pretty warm though, Ross.
To our detriment. Camden Chandler, a double RBI and 2 singles in this game. And the first pitch delivered from Frederick is a strike. Frederick has come back into this game. She came back in the start the 5th inning. Had a 1-2-3 fifth and now has 2 outs in the 6th inning. Camden Chandler sharply sends one down the third baseline towards head coach Karen Slack, who picks up her foot and deflects.
She would make a great assistant soccer coach. She stopped that with her foot like a pro. Hopefully she listens to this later on.
What's that, a chihuahua?
0-2 to Camden Chandler. Chandler looks at a pitch high and away. A ball and 2 strikes. Kylie Bishop on deck for Liberty if Chandler can reach. Top of the 6th inning, 8-2 Liberty lead. 3 runs in the first for Liberty, a run in the second, 4 runs in the fourth. That gives us 8. And Chandler sends a liner out into center field. The center fielder ranging over towards left field, catches it on the track, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Frederick. Middle of the 6th inning, Liberty leads 8-2.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. Liberty Panthers Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play. Producer Richard Ewing. Moving into the bottom half of the 6th inning, your Liberty Lady Panthers leading 8-2. And Lake Belton taking somewhat of a passive approach at the plate the last couple of innings, while their pitcher Frederick is having a much better time the second go-around in the pitcher circle.
Shelby Schultz, who's been all over the field today, is the first batter. She is now the designated player. Started at first, came in to pitch, and now into the designated player category. Looks at a ball away. West misses high again.
Well, she came inside on that one. Schultz had to duck her head to avoid taking one in the eyebrow, I'm imagining.
Schultz, open batting stance, the left-handed batter looks at a strike as she started down towards first base.
Come on, guys.
That pitch misses outside. 3 balls and a strike.
Schultz a little taller, and so that low strike not gonna cut it.
Schultz, and Lux are due up for Lake Belton in the 6th inning. And that is a ball. As Schultz waits to confirm that is a ball. A walk for Casey West.
Now batting the shortstop, number 9, Casey Schultz.
First walk of the ball game for Casey West. She has hit a batter, but the first walk, Schultz at first base. Casey Schultz, the shortstop, looks at strike 1 at the knees. 2 strikeouts, both swinging for Casey Schultz in this game.
Nice little breaking pitch right there. Looked like her curveball coming to the outside, catching the front corner.
Right at the knees. The 0-2 pitch. Schultz swings, sends it back to Casey West. Momentum takes her towards first base. She throws on to first for the out. One away as Shelby Schultz moves into second.
Now batting the right fielder, number 12, Madison Lux.
It's definitely a much different feeling when you have a cushion moving into the later part of the game.
A very dangerous Lake Belton team, though, so you can't let your guard down. Madison Lux looks at a pitch for a ball, a little low.
And Lux getting some action in the outfield in the last couple of innings. Nice catches out there in her neck of the woods.
Stands at the front of the batter's box. The left-handed batter looks at a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Bottom of the 6th inning, Liberty leads 8-2 over Lake Belton in Game 2 of the best-of-3 series. Liberty trails in the series 1-0. And the 1-1 pitch is in for a strike.
The wind is changing direction just a little bit. You may hear some wind noise. Apologize for that. It's changed from right to left and now from in to out.
Lux bounces this one in the air, and it bounces high. Lady Panther catcher Holly Thomas and pitcher Casey West are there to field it, but it goes foul. Almost seemed like we were frozen in time to wait for that ball to come down.
Yeah, this turf will make the ball do some weird stuff.
It was bounced just in front of the plate. A ball and 2 strikes to Madison Lux. It's 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the 1-2 pitch misses outside. 2-2 pitch, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th, Liberty leads 8-2. Lake Belton scoring a run in the 1st and 2nd inning. Liberty with 3 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 4 in the 4th inning. Shelby Schultz, who walked, is at second. A sharp ball bounced past Jalen Pritchard at third, coming in to field that one, and they may have Joe, that one was hard to describe.
Well, Ross, that was pretty easy to describe. That was a mistake. The nice sharp hit into the outfield, and she turned the corner on first, and she caused a pickle A manufactured pickle, that is.
We saw that last night, or night before last, as there was a rundown between second and third with the runner Schultz at third waiting.
And rather than just giving up the run and getting the out, they got neither. They still gave it the run and didn't get the out, and now she's standing on second.
Runner in scoring position. 8-3, Liberty with Herrera at the plate, and the first pitch to Herrera misses low just above the dirt. Strikeout and fielder's choice for Herrera. Stomping on the bleachers. Encouragement with a runner at second and a run in for Lake Belton. And that pitch to Herrera catches the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, the Lady Panthers, normally very sure-handed defensively. They've had a couple of bobbles in this series, Ross.
1-1 pitch to Herrera, misses outside and low. You hate to open a door for a team like Lake Belton.
And one of the things that you really want to do is you really want to keep your foot on the neck so that they don't get any momentum moving into a potential game 3.
Herrera turns her back to get out of the way on that one, but the home plate umpire says it's a strike. Herrera shaking her head in disagreement. Finds herself in a 2-2 count with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning, a run in for Lake Belton. Madison Lux singled and moved to second on a rundown. Herrera fouling this one back into the screen behind home plate. Angie DeLeon is the on-deck hitter for Lake Belton. The 2-2 pitch is grounded right back to Casey West, who doesn't have to leave the circle. Throws to Williamson at first for the second out. Going to third is Madison Lux.
Yeah, it was a nice pitch. Herrera swing a little early, was able to hold her bat out there and make some contact. Nice easy play for Casey West. The unfortunate part is that should have been out number 3. It's not. The Lady Panthers going to have to battle here to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs.
The first pitch to the Lake Belton third baseman is a strike. The 0-1 pitch from West. Misses inside.
And Ross, it's not even so much that they gave up the run. It's just trying to avoid some of the better hitters coming back in the 7th. Don't want to extend this game any longer than they need to.
A strike by the home plate umpire. This one comes in at the knees. Casey West ahead of the count at a ball and 2 strikes, 2 away.
It's very obvious that the Lady Broncos are trying to make Casey throw as many pitches as possible.
1-2 pitch missing outside as the home plate umpire puts up his arm to indicate that that pitch was outside. Lux singled, got into a rundown between first and second base that allowed Schultz to score from third. Actually, she scored from second. 2-2 pitch swung and missed by DeLeon, and she is set down. Lake Belton puts up a run on a hit, 1 left. On to the 7th inning, 8-3 Liberty.
Coming to you this summer, the Liberty Athletics Department will host multiple sports camps focusing on skill development, as well as a summer-long power camp that will focus on general strength and conditioning. For more information, contact Athletic Director Chad Taylor, RC Taylor at libertyisd.net, or Karen Slack, KE Slack at libertyisd.net. Bigger, stronger, faster, better. Go Panthers.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. Liberty Panthers Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play. Producer Richard Ewing. Top of the 7th inning here. Your Liberty Lady Panthers 8. Lake Belton Lady Broncos 3. Again, firmly in the driver's seat to close this game out and extend it to a game 3. Still some work to be done. The Lady Panthers can add to their 5-run lead here in the top, and they will be bringing Kylie Bishop up to bat, followed by Reese Evans, and then Bailey Slack. So at the bottom of the order here, and good news for the Lady Panther fans. If we're able to extend this, close this game out, there will be a Game 3, the season and the series extended. And the Game 3 will be not immediately, but pretty quickly, about, let's say, 45 minutes after the conclusion of this contest. And for those of you listening live, there will be a brand new YouTube link for Game 3 if that is to happen. So be on the lookout on the Liberty Athletic Booster Club Facebook page for that, Ross.
Liberty batting in the top of the 7th inning. Still have to get Lake Belton 3 outs. Frederick's first pitch to Bishop is bounced sharply to Herrera, who puts her glove down on the field at second, throwing on to first for the first out.
Nice sharp hit by Bishop.
Now batting, the designated
Reese Evans
player,
up to
number 8,
bat for the Lady Panthers now.
Evans.
Frederick doing a good job coming in the second time. She got roughed up in those first couple of innings, and since she's been back on, she's done a very admirable job of keeping the Lady Panthers at bay.
Reese Evans, left-handed batter, looks at strike one. A good pitch by Frederick at the knees. Bailey Slack, the on-deck hitter. She will bat next with one away in the top of the 7th inning, an 8-3 Liberty lead. And a ball high from Frederick.
I think the best thing producer Richard Ewing did for us today and the last couple of days, Ross, is he brought a fan.
And it made it overnight through the rain.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch is tapped down the third baseline right to DeLeon, who throws on to first for the second out of the inning.
Seems as though maybe both teams want to cruise out of this game and head into that third game.
Bailey Slack.
Bailey Slack having a pretty good series at the plate so far. She's up now.
0 for 2 in this game, but has a walk and a run scored. She's been on base twice, reached on an error in the 5th. Slack stands in the back of the batter's box, spread out batting stance with an elbow in the air, and she pops this one down the left field line. The left fielder into foul territory, in and out of her glove. That is
The Jensen not able to handle that.
Hoffman.
Is it Hoffman out there now?
Yeah, Hoffman was
that's
the
right. They made the
designated
switch.
player, and then they made the switch. Several switches, actually.
It's okay. I didn't know it either, Ross. Liberty Panthers Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood. Producer Richard Ewing here. Top of the 7th inning.
Lady Panthers starting this game yesterday in their gold uniforms. In their gray uniforms. Dark gray. Almost charcoal uniforms as Bailey Slack looks at a strike at the knees. Black lettering. Black numbers with yellow outline, gold outline, and gold letters. I'll get it right. A slap down to third base. DeLeon runs, throws on to first, and is in and out of the glove of Jensen at first.
Well, she's living a lucky life right now. Even as fast as she was, DeLeon made a great play with the throw, and the first baseman not able to quite handle it. The first base umpire was ready to ring her up there. Now the coach for Lake Belton out to talk to the plate umpire to find out what the ruling at the base was. He's getting some clarification there, and now they are going to have a conference. So this may, I don't know if this will be overturned or not.
I'm not going to score this one in the book. And I don't, if you hear that in the background from the blockbuster movie Hangover, the three umpires coming together to have a conference.
Well, I don't know. This doesn't look super great.
They're going to, it appears that they're going to call
Well, I don't know what they're going to call.
Umpire touching his hat.
I call this a delay of game.
Still waiting on. Well, they're going to leave her on first, so no matter what he's looking at, they left her on first.
You know, Joe, that could have been catcher's interference.
Oh, you know, that could have been. He was touching the top of his head. That could be it.
Whatever it is, with 2 outs, Bailey Slack is on first, and Jalen Pritchard is back at the plate. Pritchard, in her first 2 at-bats, a single and an RBI double. She is struck out and grounded out to DeLeon at third. And the first pitch is in. Safe. Bailey Slack running with a foot-first slide. The home plate umpire did not make a signal. He now says that was a strike. The pitch looked good from Frederick. A good throw by the catcher.
If only we had a camera on that, Ross. That was a really great pop-up slide that Bailey had. Slid perfectly and popped right up on the bag there before anything could happen to her.
Jalen Pritchard, no balls and 1 strike. Bailey Slack on second after the steal. And Pritchard looks at a strike just above the knees. No balls and 2 strikes to the senior third baseman. Slack reaching on catcher's interference and stealing second. 2 outs. Liberty leads 8-3. Jalen Pritchard bounces this one foul. DeLeon, the third baseman, charging that, barehanding it. Can't quite come up with it, but it doesn't matter because it was foul.
Yeah, Pritchard pulling back a little bit now. Not as free swinging as she was earlier on in the contest. Turning into more of a traditional slap hitter. What she's known for.
She slapped one down to DeLeon at third in her last at bat, and DeLeon had to leave both feet to come up with it. The 0-2 pitch from Frederick is swung and missed by Jalen Pritchard, and that will do it for Liberty in the 7th. Bottom of the 7th inning. Liberty leads 8-3. Liberty Panther Sports Network. More after this.
On Thursday, May 27th, the LHS Panther players, under the direction of junior Kennedy Mumfree, present Horton Foote's The Midnight Caller. Set in a boarding house on the coast of Texas, love and redemption sweep a young lady off her feet in this will she or won't she comedy. Joining the Panther players are special guests, LMS award winners Leighton Shellhammer and Kelsey Gillard. Tickets are $5 at the door.
Welcome back, Panther Nation. Liberty Panther Sports Network. Joe Roberts, Ross Norwood on play-by-play. Producer Richard Ewing. And in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Lady Panthers 3 outs away from extending the season and the series to a Game 3. And going to have a pitching change from the Lady Panthers. Coach Slack electing to try and rest Casey or get her out of the sun at least. And bringing in the freshman Camden Chandler, who has come in for spot duty periodically throughout this season. No reason to believe that she cannot get this job done. She's pretty darn good, and she's produced real big at the plate as of late, Ross. And now the Lady Panthers just need 3 outs, and we're almost ready for that.
Liberty leading 8-3 at bottom of the 7th inning. A win or go home game for Liberty. I've got some statistics.
Yeah, one of the concerns was, could the Lady Panthers pick up where they left off last night? They were really getting it going offensively. They came back, and they did pick up, adding 2 more runs when they came back from the extended weather delay. And then Frederick, the pitcher that started the game and then came back in, cooled them off. Casey West cooled off the Lake Belton batters. And it's been more of a pitching duel the last 3 innings or so. Neither team doing a bunch at the plate. And now due up for the Lady Broncos is Frederick.
Camden Chandler, 16 innings on the season.
And this is going to be some big inning experience for Camden.
Frederick looks at the first pitch at the knees from Camden Chandler. The 0-1 pitch missing low and inside. Almost catching the inside line of the right-hander's batting box. 1-1 pitch. Frederick swings and comes up empty.
That was a beautiful pitch by Chandler. Again, you can't manufacture this sort of experience for the youthful freshman. It's going to be big for her moving forward the next couple of years.
Frederick looks at a low pitch from Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler, I think she just caught her hip when she was coming around on her windup.
Middle infielders even with the bag. Casey Evans at short is on the outfield grass, as is Kylie Bishop at second. Straight up in the outfield.
Again, this is big time to allow Casey to get out of the sun and to get a little bit of rest before this potential Game 3. Again, Lady Panthers 3 outs away from extending the series.
The 2-2 pitch misses outside, a full count to Frederick. Hannah Jensen and Haley Hoffman are due up in this inning. After Hoffman, it would be back to the top of the order for Lake Belton. The 3-2 pitch. Swung and sent out in the air to Macy Beam in left field. Macy Beam making an underhanded catch as she had to charge that ball for the first out of the inning.
As they say, a can of corn out there in the left field with the Willie Mays "Say Hey Kid" basket catch. She's pretty good. That's the first action she's actually had that we've seen in a while in the air.
With one away in the bottom of the seventh inning, Hannah Jensen comes in. She's got a sacrifice bunt and a strikeout looking in her two previous at-bats. Camden Chandler rolls the first pitch in for a ball. A warm, sunny afternoon in Navasota, Texas for the Regional Championship Series. The 1-0 pitch sent foul sharply into the screen behind home plate.
I believe one is going to expect that this is probably going to be the battery for the Lady Panthers moving into next year. Camden Chandler to Holly Thomas. It's good for them to get this experience at such a high level of the playoffs.
1-1 pitch missing low. 2 balls and a strike. Hitters count for Hannah Jensen. She started behind the plate and then went to first when the original pitching change was made to bring Schultz in. The 2-1 pitch missing below the knees for a ball.
And Chandler coming in so late in the game doesn't have the benefit of knowing where that strike zone is. This particular umpire likes it a little bit higher.
Bottom of the seventh, 8-3 Liberty lead. Jensen fouls the 3-1 pitch into the screen. And a full count. 1 out, bottom of the seventh inning. Liberty scoring 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the fourth for 8 runs. And Jensen makes a half-hearted swing attempt.
Camden Chandler with a strikeout. Got a fly out, a strikeout. The freshman cool as a cucumber so far and doing what the Lady Panthers need done, and that's give Casey West rest out of the sun in preparation for a Game 3, which we're 1 out away from extending the series, Ross.
Haley Hoffman swings at the first pitch and sends it softly to Reese Evans at short. She goes down, fills it, throws on to first for the out.
And that's going to do it.
And the Lady Panthers force a Game 3 in the Regional Championship Series. Liberty winning this one 8-3 in 7 innings.
And that was exactly what you wanted to see. Lady Panthers coming back, extending the series. What were they going to do when they had their backs up against the wall? They came out in spades, swung the bat. Now we're going to have a new link.
Public address announcer just announced that Game 3 would start at 3:30.
3:30, so it's 2:50 right now. So again, that's about 40 minutes from now. We are going to be moving over to our new
And
link.
we are going to flip for who has the home field.
And producer Richard Ewing, when are we going to move over to our new link?
What is it, Joe?
Again, we're just waiting on the call here. When are we going to move over to our new link?
Well, it's going to start at 3:20, so we'll probably come online about
10 minutes. All right, so about 3:10. At about 3:10, we're going to go live on that new link. You can find that new link on the Liberty Athletic Booster Club Facebook page. You can actually see it right now if you're looking, and click on that. Again, Liberty Panthers Sports Network, Lady Panthers winning Game 2, extending this. We'll see you in about 20 minutes.